I'm going on Facebook. All right, we're live on YouTube. This one's gonna be tricky because it's more narrow. It's all right. So I have to stand close together. And we're live on Facebook. What is up?
I want to make sure between both.
We're a lot more behind where we thought we were going to be at this point in time.
That's my fault.
It's all right. It's all right. I'm going to go ahead.
Totally my fault.
I'm going to go ahead and push record on this one. All right. So today we're answering your guys' questions. We did a poll on Instagram and we specifically asked for people's questions that were not going to be related to contest prep. So this is geared towards lifestyle transformation. Maybe you're not in a contest prep right now.
We're live on Instagram too.
Hi, Instagram. So we want to go over, we're just going to kind of jump right into those questions and answers.
Yes.
So since this one was one of your questions, do you want to, I mean, this one's
a lot of the questions I got were about food.
And some of them are a little bit more vague. Some of them are a little bit vague. So we're just going to try to educate the best that we can with the information that we've got.
So the first question that I got was,
Make this lower.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead. Answer the question.
Food, cardio, and life, because we are struggle busing. So I would say when it comes to that, when we say that we're struggle busing, because this person in particular, I know has competed in the past, compete very avidly for a long time, had a huge transformation. And I think one of the places when we begin to struggle is because we lose purpose. Like, why are we doing this if we're not getting on stage? What is the purpose of eating well, training hard? Like, why do I do this if there's not an end goal? But there is an end goal, because no matter what, like it's in a lifestyle phase, it's for your health and longevity, right? It's to be better, it's to feel better, it's to, yeah, sure, look better. It's, kind of vain, but that's part of what we want to do, especially as we're aging, as we are hitting middle ages, getting into our 40s, things like that. The activity that you do, the way that you eat fuels for your longevity of life, and it sets an example for your children, which is also a big deal.
Okay, I'm going to go down to one of my questions.
That was your first one.
I think we should do that one last.
Oh,
that's
okay.
a banger.
All
That's
right.
kind of a banger.
Got it.
All right. Water tips, besides a straw and fancy cup that makes it taste better when all you want is coffee and tea and flavored beverages. So just in case you guys didn't know, diet soda is not water. Coffee is not water. So if you're trying to hit a gallon of water daily and you're like chugging iced coffee thinking that's doing it, it's not going to do it. So we're talking a gallon of water, ideally 1 ounce per pound of body weight, that is not including coffee and these other beverages, to include diet soda and things like that. So if you find yourself constantly craving those things or not liking the taste of normal water, there's a few different things that you can do, but I would say water flavor. There's all kinds of like Mio, 0-calorie water flavors. Some of them will even be infused with B vitamins or vitamin C or really different kinds of things. Electrolyte packets.
That's my favorite.
That would contribute to your total water intake. So if you're doing like an LMNT packet or the Force Form hydration sticks, those are fantastic for that. But honestly, just Crystal Light, Mio, like the 0-calorie water flavors are a really good way to get that in. Do you have any tips for that?
No, all I drink is flavored water.
Yes.
It's literally like I drink LMNT and pink Starburst flavored water all day. In my...
Hello, torture room.
Oh, hi. In my big gallon jug, I have a big gallon jug of water that I carry around with me so that I can fill up my little water bottle. That's how I know I hit my gallon every day. Anyways, in my big gallon jug, I put in 2 packets of LMNT and a pack of pink Starburst, and I have flavored water all day. That's literally all I drink.
Okay, do you want to get the next one? I'm going to make this be closer.
Okay. Staying on track during the luteal phase of your cycle, which is very specific, and I actually like this, so I'll try not to go into too much of a rabbit hole on why we crave more or have higher hunger cues when you're in that phase of your cycle, which for those of you that are not familiar, the luteal phase is the second half of your cycle, so after you ovulate, before you menstruate. And this is when your hormones start to drop and we get more cravings because you're not getting the same dopamine and serotonin production. But the best way to kind of mitigate that, and like I know the person who asked this question and I talked about this a little bit like when we were working together as well, it's really like finding snacks and things that satiate the cravings without binging and going overboard. So my favorite for like when you have a sweet tooth or when you're craving coffee is always going to be like, or having a sweet tooth or craving chocolate. Coffee is a good substitute for that. So even decaf coffee, because coffee and chocolate have very similar tannins, so it satiates that craving without the calories. Fruit is a really good way to go about that, especially blueberries, which are very high in vitamins and antioxidants, which also help kill sugar cravings. And then I feel like pickled, those snap, like those pickled vegetables.
The little packets.
Yes. Those are the best thing and now they have carrots too. I'm about that. Those are good snacky things. But really I think a lot of it is just being aware. So especially as we get older, like you understand your body better, you understand more about the phases of your cycle and like why your body is working this way. So you can feel it coming on. And then I always think it's easier when you recognize why your body is doing this. It's easier to be like, I'm just hormonal. That's the only reason that I want to eat jelly beans all day.
All right. I think that's the luteal phase was very specific. All right.
That's when it's the worst.
The next one is going to be how to schedule better, which I love this question because this is so important, not even just for fitness, but just to stay organized. Like your whole, it's just day planning. Everything that we do all day between work, like if you have kids, if you're going to your job and training and doing all the extra stuff, it's literally just day planning. So my best tip for scheduling is to give yourself buffer time. Anticipate that there's going to be 10 or 15 minutes of traffic. Anticipate that things are going to take longer than you thought. Give yourself time to go to the bathroom once you get there. Like think about all the extra little stuff. Like if you think about every time you've ever been like running out the door to get somewhere, it's usually because like it took you longer to get all of your things together, like your water, your food, your snacks, and actually physically get out the door than what you anticipated. Like if you've ever traveled with somebody who doesn't travel a lot, that's the hardest part, is just getting out the door, because it's like you think you have everything packed in your bag, but then there's certain things that you're like waiting to pack until the last minute. Like for women, it's like toiletries and all this last minute stuff that you don't actually need in the morning, but like you're just in case. You want to literally like give yourself as much time as possible to do those things. And then the best case scenario is if whatever you're planning for doesn't take as long as you thought, then you have a little bit of extra time to like chill or grab a coffee in between things. And you're really not rushed, or maybe you can fit something else in there. It like in the context of fitness, it's like when we're talking about like if you're doing fasted cardio before you go to work, you have to give yourself time to get up, some type of pre-workout, coffee, whatever, get out the door, get to the gym, get on the machine, get home, shower, eat a normal breakfast, and then get off to the next place wherever you're going. So,
or you can consolidate those things.
Yeah.
Which is like what I used to do when I was doing long durations of fasted cardio. I would just bring everything with me. So like the night before, I would pack all of my meals so that in the morning I have my gym bag is packed, my meals are ready to go. All I have to do is move the meals into my backpack and I leave. Then I shower at the gym, I go to work, and that's my loop. But now, like, I feel like when I'm not dieting or in prep, I'm less organized because I have more time. And now I literally schedule every single thing that I'm supposed to do. Like if I am supposed to return a phone call, or even this, we scheduled this over a week ago. We put this in our calendars a week ago, like just to do something when I see her almost every day anyways. But that's what we do to stay organized.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too, is like the things that you're doing consistent when it comes to scheduling, like anything you can do to save time. So like for me, like, we both, I think, have pieces of cardio equipment at home just in case we're really in a crunch. Or it's like if you can make anything more convenient that you can do at the same time or multitask a little bit, you want to do it. Like even when it comes to me, like if I'm meal prepping and cooking dinner, I put a load of laundry in before that. So the machine is washing while food is prepping, and like I've kind of mastered the art of multitasking, and that helps a lot when it comes to saving time and then just checking a lot of boxes at once instead of getting like one thing at a time.
Yeah, that's a big one too.
Let me hit the next one.
Multitasking. Multitask. Everyone here is too young to understand that reference. Okay. Staying on track during the weekends and not binging the week away. I feel like the weekend warriors, this is a very real thing for a lot of different reasons. I think knowing who this person came from, I know that you work all of the time. I know that you are very busy all the time. I know that weekends are when you do your second job and you are less prepared because the schedule is more erratic and you don't often stop to eat during those chaotic times. So the best way to stay on track on the weekends is to plan your weekends like you would any other day. So it's not like I prep all my meals Monday through Friday and then Saturday, Sunday is just, well, whatever happens, happens. That's a terrible idea. Prep all of your meals for the entire week, like Sunday to Sunday. Until you prep again, have enough food to get you through until the next time you prep. And that's not to say like you're going to be 100% perfect 100% of the time. That's not the bar we're setting. That's not what anyone is looking for. But if you are failing to set yourself up for success, there's no way that you're going to be able to better mitigate that when you don't have time in the moment. Because what happens is people go all day without eating. They're busy. You wake up later. You're running around. You have appointments. You're doing weekend stuff, whatever the case is. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, it's 3:00 and I haven't eaten anything. I better eat all my calories now. Or you wait until even later in the day when your body is hungry and depleted, and then you binge because you haven't eaten. So blood sugar and insulin and more biology than we probably need to talk about. But my best tip would be plan your weekends, plan your Saturday like you would your Monday. Pack your meals, pack your water, have everything ready to go on Saturday and Sunday, like just like you would. And that's not to say like, if you guys are going to go out on like date night or you have dinner plans or whatever, you can still do that. But just because you go out to eat doesn't need to mean that you eat like an asshole.
I think too, having backups. So like if I'm not sure if I prepared enough food, I got tuna packets on standby, or like kind of grab and go easier things. Or like I know what gas stations I like to stop at to grab a protein shake, or like, if there's something like a Quick Mart, I can go grab like some lunch meat or something like that. Like the little yogurt to go, like sometimes you keep stuff just in case. You know what I'm talking about?
I know. I just like the
little individually served. But that's the thing, guys. Like, especially too, when we travel a lot, and I think having backups just in case. I've actually been going through a phase where I've been prepping too much food, and then it's a problem because I bring it home, and then I'm like, it's still good. But anyways, just making sure that you have enough, like Sam said, or having like a backup option. Best way to go.
And sometimes the backup option is like prep extra protein in the beginning of the week and freeze it. There are 3 bodybuilders that live in my house. I think between Courtney and Charles, that probably also counts for 3. So
yes, that's 3. That's 3.
So it's the same thing. If you prep all of your food on Sundays like I do, I cook extra food and put it in the freezer so that I don't have to cook during the middle of the week when I know I'm busy.
Yeah. All right, we got one about getting water in, which this is different than the other water question because this one's about just drinking water, not necessarily about not wanting to drink it. So we got to flavor it. So when it comes to drinking water, like if you're struggling, like I like to have, Sam's got like, we've got cups that are like, this is 40 ounces. How many ounces is that? Like probably 30.
This is 30.
30? So I know that if I'm going to drink 120 ounces of water in a day, I have to drink 3 of these. So like, 4 for you. So I know like by 11, I'll try to drink at least 1. By 2 or 3, I'll have a second one down. And then by the evening, I'll have a third one down if I'm going to get a gallon. Makes it very easy to measure. This has like the handle, you guys, the handle, the straw, the ease of drinking. Like you don't have to like throw your head back. It fits in a cup holder. It's easy to hold if you're carrying 50 million things like I always am. Like don't overlook those details that make it easier to drink water.
It's the stickers for me.
Yeah.
Stickers. That's what makes me drink more water.
Some people will set timers and stuff too. It's like, if you find your day is just constantly getting away from you, set a timer for like 11 or noon and be like, hey, check in with yourself. Like, where am I at? Have I drank any water today? And then if you realize you've only had like a 12-ounce iced coffee, like, I'm gonna get on it.
For a lot of reasons.
Do you put salt in your water throughout the day?
I put LMNT packets.
Yes, electrolytes.
Electrolytes.
Not just salt. When I was in the military, that was a thing. People would literally put salt in their water, and everybody's like,
keeps you hydrated at least.
It does, but if it's just salt, like you want potassium too. So like without getting too biology, like sodium is the extracellular hydration, right? So if you're bombing your body with sodium and not enough potassium, that's actually going to create like a cellular imbalance. It's going to cause issues. You can get headaches. Like a lot of times, if you get headaches from training and whatever, and you're like, what the fuck? I mean, sorry, what the F?
Himalayan, yeah, pink sea salt because that's got potassium in it.
But it doesn't have iodine, and iodine is also important. So I would say 50-50. Or again, if you're doing an LMNT packet, your bases are covered.
There you go.
It's too much. That's so much on my green.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
This is not a full biology lesson. This is easy. Like LMNT, cool. Pink Himalayan salt, better than just table salt. But there's other things you need for hydration.
She said rabbit hole.
We can do lots of rabbit holes.
50. Like I would say, just as long as you're not doing solely pink salt, if you're doing some type of iodized salt, if you're not taking a supplement that already has iodine or your daily RDA, it's all good. Okay.
All right.
Onward.
Moving on. All right. So this one is. Oh, do you want to talk about the new thing we're working on?
What is that?
The new the next project that we're working on that is to benefit everybody for free.
Yes.
It's because it's kind of tied into this one.
Yes, I honestly forgot what it is, but let's go.
All right. Next question. Again, going back to diet, supplements, and dealing with hormones.
Oh, the supplement guide.
Yes.
Yes. All right, let's go.
So that was like a.
Sorry, I forgot. I really did. We've been working on this whole ass thing, and I forgot.
It's kind of a big project on top of everything else that we're doing. We are working on a supplement download that is going to be completely free for anybody. Free for anybody that wants it. It is fairly comprehensive, so it is taking some time to put all that information into one place.
But we're going to make it easy to understand. It's very organized.
It is super organized. It is super easy to understand. It is just a lot of information to consolidate.
Free. That is correct. And we're breaking it down between like general health supplements.
That would be cool. If you find that, you let all of our guys know.
Yeah. We don't have free TRT. Sorry.
No. But for supplements, so that's kind of like it's a very broad topic. We did a webinar on supplements not too long ago as well, which is that on your YouTube or the Stacked and Jacked YouTube?
It's the Stacked.
It's on so there is a supplement webinar on this YouTube channel.
I didn't post it publicly though. I only sent it out to everybody who signed up for it or that's on our email list.
Okay. Well, for anybody that wants that webinar, just drop a comment and I'll make sure that we send it to you.
Yeah, comment. What's the word? What's a word that's associated with it?
Supplements.
Comment the word supplements. All right.
But okay, so that one, like supplements are a very broad topic. Diet is one that I think is kind of recurring. So maybe like I will say basic, like the most basic thing we can cover for diet and lifestyle is pick something that's going to be sustainable. And it's not Atkins, it's not keto, it's not carnivore.
Track your food.
Just track your food. It's really the easiest thing to do. Try to minimize refined foods, processed foods as much as possible. Avoid alcohol, not entirely, but like don't drink every night. And when you set yourself up for a deficit or a diet, choose something that you can continue to do because you enjoy it. Like the most successful diet will always be the one that you can follow. And if you enjoy it enough that you can continue doing it, that's where the most success is going to be. Okay. Supplements. We got you. Okay. Then for hormones, also going to be included in our next download, things to help with hormones. Also a very broad topic coming from a woman. I would say this is also something that I am in a personal rabbit hole with right now in being able to better mitigate perimenopause, menopause, like those kinds of things through nutrition and minimal supplementation, but not going to go into all of that. My best recommendation for your hormones is you need to be doing labs. at least twice a year. If you have, if you're using HRT, if you're using any kind of thyroid medication, anything like that, your lab should probably be done quarterly. And that needs to be through like an HRT clinic or a wellness clinic, because OBGYNs and primary care physicians are not going to run the panels that you need to be able to accurately assess your hormone levels. So HRT clinics, do your labs twice a year minimum.
All right. Somebody said, I love food. You know, it's my struggle. I live to eat.
We wrote a cookbook. You know that too.
I live to eat and I always will. So it's really, really hard to get in shape or reach your body goals, especially if it's like conditioning based and you're not like following through on a diet or able to maintain a calorie deficit, right? And so what I would say the biggest thing that you want to stay away from, and I feel like this is a lesson that I kind of learned the hard way, is like miracle noodles are not your friend. If you're looking for these diet foods that say they have no calories or negative calories, like
it's not real.
It's stay away. Stay away. It doesn't exist. If it sounds too good to be true, it is. The best thing that you can do is honestly like stick to foods that you love. So when we're pushing a calorie deficit, and as much as you love food, like you should like your food the whole time that you're in a diet phase. Like we say it all the way, you know, all the way up into like, even with our contest prep people, like you should always like your food. You might be hungry, you might be in a calorie deficit, but you should enjoy the food that you eat all of the time. And so that's where, you know, like picking the staple foods, like, hey, if I could have this, my day is made. Like for some people, you give them oatmeal for breakfast.
For me, that's tacos. If I can have my tacos on just corn tortillas, that's literally what I eat every night. As long as I have that, I'm fine.
For some people, it's tacos. For some people, it's a smoothie. For some people, it's protein pancakes. I've heard like protein ice cream, the Ninja Creamy protein ice cream. Mm-hmm. So like we kind of have like these vices where it's like, okay, I can do anything for a few weeks to push to this next level as long as I can have this one thing. So I think communication as far as like, what is your thing? Because nobody's going to push a calorie deficit forever. It's just a certain point in time. So I think the mindset around that too, as far as like loving food, you don't have to give up food. Like This phase is not forever. It is just for a period of time to reach the specific goal. Then you reverse diet. We can reintroduce more of the foods that you love because you are already eating the foods that you love in the calorie deficit. You just get a little bit more variety when you're not pushing a calorie deficit. Mm-hmm. But I think that's the most important thing is like, love your food. Your favorite foods, try to keep some of that in as you're working your fat loss down. And then just know that the food is not gone forever. It's always going to be there.
Yeah, deficits don't last forever.
Cheat meal is usually okay, but struggling lately, that's okay. Everybody struggles sometimes. And I think it's just, like we said.
I struggle sometimes.
I struggle sometimes. It's okay.
I struggle a lot of the time, honestly.
Struggle on big deficits, right? But I think too, the mindset of this is only temporary. Yeah. And like, if you can have like, communicate what that thing is. Like I said, first, like if you're pushing really, really hard, like if you need something nice to start your day, because sometimes like when you're dieting hard, your first meal might be egg whites and veggies. You know what I'm saying? But like, if you need something to start your day, like more happy, like, oh, just some carbs to start the day. Like, you know,
and that's like Courtney said, it's something you need to communicate with your coach. Mm-hmm. It's something like, I am never upset when somebody says to me like, hey, like I need this meal. This is what keeps me sane. Like, cool.
Move this way.
Okay. Sorry. I keep like reaching for my drink and I'm going too far. I will always try to work that in for as long as I possibly can. It might be like, okay, you don't get to have your creamy ice cream in peak week, but that's it. After peak week, you can have your creamy ice cream again. So it's only a very short period of time. And it's something like, I communicated to my coach when he built my menu. I was like, okay, so the one thing I love every day is my steak and egg tacos at the end of the day. Like, as long as I can have that, I don't care. That's all I want. All right.
Boom. Hopefully that helps.
Coming back after a major injury or muscular atrophy, and major muscular atrophy. That's a hard one. And I guess
she said, thank you. We're all human. Yes.
Absolutely, yes. Coming back from an injury is a big one. And it's obviously something that needs to be done in line with your doctor, your surgeon, or whoever is helping you move through that. Physical therapy is a real thing in a lot of situations. But I guess I'm maybe confused on like what exactly. Just asking.
So this person just went through a major surgery.
Mhm.
She went through the physical therapy.
Okay.
But I think the most important thing with this is the muscle will come back. So your muscles have muscle memory. So even if you feel severely imbalanced right now, you know, you've got a major injury on that side and you feel weak and you're frustrated with yourself in the gym because you used to be able to do XYZ and it feels like you're doing a lot less right now, the muscle will come back, right? You just have to stay consistent with training it, doing what you can, not pushing too hard. We definitely don't want to re-injure anything. But like muscle memory is a real thing. There is so much science on this. If it feels like that's never going to come back and you're debilitated forever, it will come back.
It'll come back.
Yes. So just like, I know it can be hard to keep. I feel like this is more of like mindset too. It's the mindset to keep through this.
It's a mindset thing. And I mean, I've worked with several girls with major injuries or major surgeries or major what everybody thinks of as a setback. But even when you're in recovery phase, like there's always something that you can manage. And what I tell people, like mindset being one of those huge things. And I think for a lot of people, when you're injured, and I know that's how it was like anytime I've been injured, when I was out.
BP157, that's true. There's peptides that can help.
There's peptides that are super helpful. There's stem cell therapy, which is a big thing. We're actually getting one here in Vegas, which I'm super excited about. A lot of good research coming out on that. But when it comes to like getting through that time, the mindset is a big thing and focusing on the things that you can control. What I tell people all of the time, the one thing that you always have control over 100% of the time is what goes into your mouth. Nobody else has any autonomy other than you. 100%, you are the only one that can control what you consume.
And remember too, when they're giving you physical therapy exercises that seem like bullshit or it's boring or it's just going like this or like this,
which a lot of them are,
like do it with the intention, like that's what your success depends on. Like being able to do the little things that you don't want to do that seem pointless, that are frustrating, that seem like they're so base level, like do it with 100% intention every single day. And that's going to be like we said, just a mindset thing. It's going to help you recover faster. You're going to be able to do more sooner. And it's going to make you feel like there's something in our brains about like actually taking productive action towards a goal. So even just doing it and knowing that you're giving your 100% and doing everything that you can with what you got, even if you're not back in the gym lifting weights yet, it's something.
It's purpose. We all need purpose. So if you're recovering from injury, like your purpose is physical therapy. You go to physical therapy to be better. That is your purpose. You start the next one. I'm trying to think. I just listened to a really fascinating podcast about someone who had come back after being told he was never going to walk again.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, some crazy stuff. All or nothing mindset. So you're either all in or you're all out. This is the worst, honestly. Like,
it's the worst.
It's because, listen, like the middle isn't sexy. Like if like all out or all in is sexy. It is. It's like it just is. But the reality is, like at the beginning of a journey or when you reach a really big milestone, or, you know, let's say you hit that 20, 40, 50 pound weight loss, or you hit a really big PR in the gym and you squat some crazy thing. Like there's people cheering for you at the beginning or when you do something really epic. But there's a lot of time in the middle where nobody's cheering for you and it feels like nobody really gives a shit. The messy middle. And so you have to understand that like that is how you get to those moments that you want when we're all or nothing. Like if you're nothing at any point, like it's nothing. You're not going to get better there. Yeah. So it's like you need to be able to continue to execute and do the best that you can and at least give your best, even if it's not always 100%, without necessarily being all in. Like, because when we're talking about fitness, like for most people, this isn't what you do all the time. You have a job, you have a family. Like we do shit. Like this is a huge part of our lives and we're still doing other things, right? So it's like, it's not like it is all day, every day because it's like your food and your training. But at the same time, there's a lot of things that happen in between meals. There's a lot of things that happen in between the gym and when you go to sleep, unless you train really late or when you wake up and go to the gym. You see what I'm saying? Do you have anything on that?
I don't mean this to come off as like condescending or rude at all, but just speaking from personal experience with the all or nothing mindset, a lot of it's maturity.
Ooh, yeah.
Because I know it's
Mic drop.
I know it's not something I was always good at. When I first started competing, and like before I was competing, I was powerlifting. Before I was powerlifting, I was fat. So obviously I had all or nothing issues. Then when I started competing, it got even worse. Like I'm either 100% in, I'm following the diet, or I'm not doing anything at all. And it took me years to come out of that. A lot of it is maturity.
I think too, can I call out something else here? We're getting bold. We're getting bold on here right now. Listen, a lot of people in fitness is hot right now. And I think a lot of people are maybe doing it for the wrong reasons.
Oh, absolutely.
They're doing it for Instagram likes. They're doing it for attention. They're doing it to be noticed, which granted, being in shape and like wearing the discipline and like your passion for fitness, like it does make you stand out in a lot of different settings and scenarios. But like, we're talking about like taking care of your body and being healthy and living longer and generational health and other people being inspired by what you're doing because of the passion that flows through you. Like if you're just doing it for Instagram, or if you're just doing it because you think people will like you more or something like that, like I feel like that's part of the all or nothing, because it's like when you're all in, you're getting all this love and attention, but like you can't maintain it if it's for the wrong reasons.
People only care until you get on stage. And then as soon as the stage moment's over, people move on to the next person that's getting on stage. That's never sustainable.
And honestly, nobody actually gives a shit besides like you, your coach, like even your family. Like they're going to support and cheer for you and clap for you. But a lot of times you have to a lot of times they might not be the most supportive at first. And people might support you at first, and then they realize that this is something that you're living every single day. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, dang, you're not going to get pizza and beer with us? Like, what? We don't. Then all of a sudden they're not as supportive. So like when it comes to your goals, it has to be deeper. It has to be more than surface level. It has to be something where you find passion and enjoyment and purpose, and you're doing it for reasons bigger than yourself. Because like a sexy thing on Instagram is like, do it for you. It's all about you. But like you are the first person who's going to talk yourself out of it, who's going to want to hit snooze on the alarm, who's not going to want to go to the gym because you're tired, who's going to talk yourself out of doing the shit that you know you need to do. Yeah. So you need something bigger than yourself, because you are your biggest obstacle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That just got real motivational for a second. Did we even answer the question?
We did. I think we answered the question.
All right. Hopefully it's
helpful.
Helps. Okay. Then should we go to the last one?
Yes.
Okay, this is a real problem.
This is a real problem. I have also had this problem, but not with guys, just with other women.
I've had this problem as well. Somebody said, guys with bigger muscles keep beating me.
This is for
it
is a man, just for reference.
Yeah.
So guys with bigger muscles keep beating. I mean, it happens. It happened to me.
It happens, and you know what? That kind of goes back to the last thing. We do it because we love it. When we're talking about getting beat, especially in the context of bodybuilding, like it is a very visual sport, right? So it's one of those things where it's like we always want to be better than ourselves, right? Like as long as you are making forward progress and like you feel good about your results and you love what you're doing, which by the way, the person who said this is such a gangster. Like, so jacked, like literally would stick out like a sore thumb in a room. Like, just because you're not winning bodybuilding shows, necessarily pro shows, by the way, if you're not winning pro shows, it doesn't take away from you.
He is a pro bodybuilder.
This is a professional bodybuilder, guys. So like, if you're struggling in your journey with like, damn, this other person's better than me or whatever, pro bodybuilders do the same shit. They're like, damn. So,
and guess what? No matter what level you're at, someone's always going to be better.
Somebody's always going to be better. It doesn't matter how good you get.
And that's the cool thing about bodybuilding, is that there is no definitive finish line. No matter what, we're just here to be better.
We're just here to be better. And that's where it comes down to, is like, you really like, when we're comparing ourselves to other people, it's like, it's not to take away from our value. It's, hey, this person did this really cool thing. They put in the time, work, energy, effort, training. Like, I can be better if I do that too. Or I can kind of follow in those footsteps, or I can emulate some of those behaviors. Mm-hmm. And it becomes very positive. And again, no matter what your goal is, like most people's goals is maybe not to be a pro bodybuilder. A lot of people's is. But regardless, like as long as you feel good about the actions that you're doing, you feel good about the way your progress is moving, you are making progress and you're making adjustments, and year over year over year, you're getting better. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Yeah. That wraps up all the questions that we had asked to us in the
Do you want
polls.
to check the comments and see if we had any?
Yeah, let's make sure we didn't miss nothing. We're good over here. I think we answered the ones that were there. On
I
the
think
spot.
we did too. I just want to make sure we didn't miss anyone.
Honestly, though, thank you guys so much for participating in our Instagram polls, for asking the questions. These are not fake questions where we're like, oh, let's just make up some shit. These are real questions that people asked, and we seriously want to thank you guys for participating so much, because these are fun videos to do. I enjoy doing the lives. I think Sam does too.
Sam doesn't enjoy talking.
Yes, you do.
I'm just kidding. I do enjoy. I like the lives better than I like our planned content, because when it's like scripted, I'm like,
Yeah, planned content sucks. So we
Sorry,
want to
I
keep
don't-
going with the live. So keep asking questions. We'll keep doing the polls. We'll maybe make it a point to do Q&As a little bit more frequently. And otherwise, do you have anything you want to leave everybody with?
I almost just said the really F thing.
Oh.
I'm not going to do that. I do want to leave everybody with, for anybody that, hi, you joined late, but hi,
Hello.
Joe. For everybody that wanted it, and we are doing the supplement. Sorry. We're doing the supplement download very soon. And for anybody that wanted the supplement webinar that we did, it is posted privately. Drop supplements. We'll send you the link to the webinar, and keep an eye out, because we'll be posting that next download document
Yes.
very soon. I'm also, for all of those who are curious about it, I am actually working on making our cookbook and ebook.
Yes, we're coming back with the cookbook. It was a great first launch. The next one's gonna be even better. Our
It's gonna be
product's
way better.
Our next one's gonna be even better. So that is also in progress.
And a lot more. It's got more recipes and all the creamy recipes.
Yes. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Okay, now we gotta end all these live videos.
Mhm.